Good afternoon, folks, from the Little Veld in Nelspruit. Lots of hand-wringing today, and this has already been reported in South African media about a pregnant South African woman who's detained in the U.S. for overstaying her visa. We're not talking about a simple mistake as somebody who missed a flight, or there was an illness and unable to get out of the country in time, or a COVID scam to keep her from going home. This lady entered the country in December of 2023. South Africans are allowed 6 months in the U.S., unlike Americans only allowed 3 months in South Africa, which is allowed to stay for 6 months until June of 2024. She had a final removal order against her for overstaying illegally in America in February of this year. February, March, April, May, June, July, August, 6 months after a court ordered her removed, 2 years after she overstayed her visa. She's now 1 month pregnant, and people want sympathy for this. She's illegally been living in the United States for over 2 years. That's not a mistake. That's immigration fraud. And she's 1 month pregnant. Let's not get carried away. The IOL shows a photograph of a woman heavily pregnant on it as if we're supposed to have sympathy. She has committed a criminal offense. This isn't a simple mistake, not an administrative error. This is a clear criminal invasion of the United States. The fact that she's South African really isn't the issue. The fact that she is staying in the United States. Now, this is already getting attention for birth tourism, saying that this woman is trying to have a baby to stay there. Well, she has a fiance, and I don't know when that developed, perhaps obviously during the time she was illegally in America, who is a person who once upon a time served in the U.S. military. He's now seeking U.S. government's intervention to help his fiance. Well, the United States government will help his fiance board a plane and leave the United States. That's what they're going to help her do. She tried to get on a flight from Las Vegas to Connecticut at Harry Reid Airport, and she was detained because there's a detainer for her. These people who do this from wherever they come from around the world, just like in South Africa, they enter here illegally. They act with impunity. She came on a tourist visa with no intention of being a tourist, but to immigrate to America illegally, obviously. And people think there's no consequences for it. Well, South Africa's just kicked out tens of thousands of people here illegally, and over 200,000 fled the country. The United States is a sovereign nation, just like South Africa, and people must obey its laws. I enter this country legally, and I leave it within my time frame that I'm supposed to. She can do the same thing. The empathy for this woman should disappear like that. She committed a crime, and she's going to be evicted. And that's pretty mild punishment for violating our sovereignty. Nokbile Malengeni is a 1 month pregnant woman who's overstayed her visa by over 2 years, approaching 2.5 years. So the empathy should end right there. But of course, now that the media have discovered that she's black, now we're talking about it. And this isn't about birth tourism. This woman has been in the country over 2 years and she's 1 month pregnant. So it's not birth tourism, which is being reported in the media. It's someone who illegally entered the country under fraudulent premise to come as a tourist, intentionally staying in the United States for 2 years plus after she was supposed to leave. It's not a mistake. It's intentional. Let's not get too excited about this, folks. This happens every day. South Africa's kicking people out. The United States is kicking people out. States are sovereign. They have a right to guard their sovereignty. And people do not have a right to invade a country, stay there, get knocked up, and then try to claim that you have an anchor baby. It doesn't work. Not anymore. Rule of law is applying in America. What say you, South Africa, Mzansi? The fact that this woman is black, white, or brown isn't germane. The fact that she broke the law is the issue here. Cheers.